Okay, this video is going to walk you through how to create your invoice spreadsheet for this week's assignment. The first thing that you'll need to do is open the assignment itself, and you'll see there is an attached template for you to open. When you open it, it'll force you to make a copy, and you should see the template that looks like this. Make sure the first thing that you do is to change or to rename the spreadsheet invoice dash your last name, or if you want to name it something else, that's fine, as long as I know that you know how to change the name on a spreadsheet. So an invoice is basically an itemized list that provides details of some sort of purchase, some products or services that are provided. And ours is a pretty simple one. You'll see that it's going to include the date. We're going to have a hyperlink that will take us to whatever the product is, a unit price, and that will be the price for one item. And then the quantity is going to be how many of those items that you want. And then the price will be like the total for those items. So we are going to create an invoice for your dream room. So it can be any room that you want, maybe a kitchen or a bathroom or a bedroom, or some people do a man cave, that's fine. Anything you want. You have an unlimited budget, so you can just go crazy with this. So there are the requirements for your room are over here on the right. So your room has to have some sort of flooring, has to have some sort of paint or wall treatment, some sort of lighting, so lamps or ceiling fans or light fixtures or something like that. And then room-specific appliances. So if it's a kitchen, you know, some kitchen appliances, or if you want to do a bedroom, maybe you have an alarm clock or a water feature or something like that. And then room-specific furniture, and then at least 3 decorations as well. So those are your items that need to be included in your room. And then below that, you'll see there are some formulas that need to be included. I'm going to go over those in this tutorial, but it'd be a good idea once you finish to go through and make sure that you have formulas in each one of these cells and that they match with the formulas that I have in the list there. So, and then this last part is how to submit this assignment. It is the same as you have done for other assignments. So let's get started. I'm going to show you, I'm going to walk through what you need to do for a couple of the items, and then you'll just repeat the same steps for the rest of the items as well. So the first thing that you're going to do is fill in the date. So the date for today's seminar will be 9/27/2017. The next thing that you need to do is find your item that you want to have in your room. So the first thing that you need to include is flooring. So I have pulled up some flooring on HomeDepot.com, and this is the flooring that I'm going to use for my dream room. So what I'm going to do is first I need to figure out how much of this flooring that I need. So I'm just assuming that my room is 10 foot by 10 foot just to keep things easy. So one case of this hardwood floor covers 22 square feet. So I'm going to need 5 cases of this flooring. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the link. So I'm going to copy it from the URL bar up here. So copy that, go back to my spreadsheet. And to insert a link, I'm going to click on the cell that I want my link to be in, so B3, and then I'm going to click this Insert Link button. So when I click that, I'm going to paste my link on the second box where it says Link. And then the text that I want to display will be, let's see, what do I want to call this? I'm just going to call it Hardwood Floor. Oh no, I lost my... I'm going to paste it in there. Okay, and then I click apply. And then now I can actually click on this link and it will take me to that product on the Home Depot website. And that's what I want. So all of your items should be hyperlinked, and you should have a name for that hyperlink. It shouldn't just be a really long link. I want you to name it whatever the product is. So the unit price, I said, let's see, how much was it? $92.18 per case. Whoops. So $92.18. Boop. And then I need 5 So remember, the unit price is the price for just one case. The quantity is how many cases I need. And then we are going to put a price formula in here to calculate the price for the 5 cases. So remember, whenever we're putting a formula in a spreadsheet, the first thing that we do is the equal sign. So I'm going to type equals. And to find the price, I want to multiply the unit price times how many cases I need. So I'm going to click on cell C3 and then multiply it by D3. So I'm going to do Shift 8 and then click on D3 and hit enter. So that is how much money I'll be spending on the hardwood floors total for 5 cases. You'll notice one of the things that you need to have, according to the rubric, is you need to have currency formatting for columns C and E. So in your unit price and price columns, you need to have currency formatting, meaning that it shows up as like dollars and cents. So to do that, you want to highlight all of those cells in column C. And if you click this little dollar sign here, format as currency, it will do that for you. And you'll see it'll also do it over here in the price column because it's part of that formula. So that would fulfill that requirement. So now you have your first item done. So you're going to continue doing that for the paint and wall treatment, lighting, and all of the other things. I'm going to do one more item so you can kind of follow along again. So I found this cutesy mirror on the Pottery Barn website that I'm going to use. So it's $699. I'm going to copy my link, go back to my invoice, put in the date. And then I'm going to insert my link. Boop. I'm going to rename it Panel Mirror, I think it's called. Oops. Okay. And it was $699. And I already have it formatted to currency. How many mirrors do I want? I think I need 2. So I'm going to put that in there. And then my formula, I'm going to type in equals, and then C4 times D4. Whoops. Times D4. Enter. One thing that you can do if you don't want to keep putting formulas in all the way down the column, you can actually copy formulas in spreadsheets down a column or across a row. So if everything in this column is going to be the same exact formula, which it should be because it's just going to be column C times column D, you can click on the cell that has a formula in it, and then you'll see this little blue square down at the bottom. If you hover over it, it makes a crosshair. You can click and drag that down, and it'll copy your formula down. So once you put values in these columns, it'll calculate it for you automatically. So that is something that I recommend to make things a little bit easier for you. So once you have put your other items in, you need to put a subtotal and tax and a total due formula. So in cell E22, the subtotal is just going to be all of your items totaled up before tax. So we're going to type equals, and we want to do a sum formula so that we can add all these up together quickly without having to add all of them individually. So remember, we're going to type equals, sum. You should remember this from your basic spreadsheet. And then we're going to click and drag all of the items that you have and hit enter. So that's my total for just the 2 items. And now tax, we're going to calculate being 6% of our subtotal. So we're going to type equals, and it's going to be 1.06 for our tax times the subtotal. And hit enter. Nope, that's not right. I forgot I had a total due. Disregard what I just said. We're gonna I forgot we calculate the tax first by itself, and then the subtotal will be the sum of those things. So we're going to multiply it by just 0.06. Forgive me. So equals 0.06 times the subtotal, enter. That's better. So I have $111.53 in tax. And then my total due will be my tax plus my subtotal. So I'm just going to do equals E22 plus E23. Enter. So that would be my total due for my entire room. So if you want to go through and put those formulas in now, and then once you add more items, it'll calculate it automatically. That's a nice thing about spreadsheet formulas. You can do that. So I want to go over the rubric with you quickly. So the first line of the rubric is basically ensuring that you've included all the required items. So you have 10 products, you have dates for each product, and a unit price for each product. The second line is all about your formulas. So I will click on each cell and make sure that you have the correct formula in there. Keep in mind, when you are doing the subtotal, I'm looking for a sum formula, not cell E1 plus E2 plus E3 plus E4. It needs to be a sum formula. That's what I'm looking for. You need to have a formula for tax and a sum formula for your total, or you can actually do just your subtotal plus your tax. You don't have to have a sum formula, but you can do it that way as well. I would accept either way. And then your formatting, your points for that include your hyperlink for your actual product. So if I click on your link, it should take me to the product itself. And then your currency formatting that I showed you how to do. And then, of course, submitting it properly the same way that we submit everything in this class. So I will show you how to do that really quick as a reminder. So remember, when you're finished, you have all of your items, everything is formatted properly. You're going to click Share, Get Shareable Link, and make sure that you change this to Can Edit so I can actually click on your formulas. If you submit it Can View, if I click on the cells, I can't see the formulas. So you may need to make sure that I can grade that properly. So once you've changed it to Can Edit, click Copy Link. And my internet is fussy, so hopefully it'll be easier for you. So it's copied. You're going to go back to the assignment on Schoology. You'll have a Submit Assignment button over here, and you will insert the link that way, just like you've done for previous assignments. If you have any questions, please let me know. I think that should be everything that you need. I do have an example in the folder for Seminar 3. So my example, or an example, is in here. If you need a reference to see like a finished product, you can look at that. It'll be a PDF format, so you won't be able to see the formulas, but you'll at least be able to see what it looks like finished. Thank you very much.